Thank you all for joining us for our statewide call. This is our time of fellowship across the field. We're doing lots of communication lately, so you have probably seen us on other webinars this week or even earlier today. So thank you all for your participation. And we truly are not trying to overwhelm you. We just want you to be up to date on all the useful information or things that we think are useful. We also value your feedback, so let us know if things are not particularly useful. And we will send out just a quick survey after this call. So just know that we're open to hearing from you one way or the other. All right, we're going to, and pardon my voice, I'm getting over a head cold. So just wanted to say I don't usually sound like this for those of you who know me. But here's our brief agenda, and we'll dive right in. All right, I'm going to pass this off to Arbany or Carla.
All right, I think it is me. Good afternoon, everyone. As Rebecca stated, we have been talking and talking for the last few weeks, and it is our goal to keep you updated and informed. So thank you for joining the statewide call. And so the need to know brief. So we just completed the Title II budget training this morning at 10 a.m. Thank you to all of those that attended. The 25-26 Moodle portal, the continuous monitoring portal, will be open on October 1st, by October 1st, and then we have some budgets that are due by October 1st. On or before October 1st. Time and effort reports. Please remember, just like in past years, they're retroactive to July 1, 2025. So these reports are going to cover July 1 to August 31st. And then the reallocation budget. This is an addition to your general 231 AFLA grant allocations. So all of you should have received the memorandum with your allocation amounts as well as the attached budget. If you have not, please let us know. We'll be glad to get that to you. The regular allocations, the 231 AFLA, 225 Corrections Ed, and 243 IELCE allocations were approved during the August 15th board meeting. So please be on the lookout for those items. We are working on finalizing the 225 and 243 budget forms, so we'll get those out to you ASAP. We are going to hold the 231 until the state generated FTE is approved, which we are anticipating that we'll have those numbers in the next 2 weeks to go to the state board. So as soon as we get those final state generated FTE numbers, we will be sending that budget out to you as well. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. Next slide.
All right, Jess.
All right, good afternoon. Just a few updates for my area. So great news coming off of the 24-25 final program year data. Enrollment across the state was up significantly with 64,892 students served. That is an increase of 3,480 over the previous program year. And that is also well above our pre-COVID enrollment of 54,496 students. In addition, even better news, we have achieved the highest MSG as a state in state history, which surpassed our target of 43.6% with a final rate of 50.2%, thanks to all of y'all's hard work with students across this great state. So the MSGs that were earned through IETs and career pathways, we know how much work that takes at the local level. They more than doubled, reaching 1,907 MSGs 3 through 5. So that's an increase of over 1,000 from the previous program year. So we are knocking a lot of these metrics out of the park. Also, our post-secondary enrollment MSG also grew. It went up 79 MSGs in comparison to the previous program year. So great work in a lot of areas across the state. And we are keeping up that momentum with the current program year. Next slide. All right, so post-exit measures, if you were on the training session that I did yesterday on employment barriers, I mentioned the importance of our post-exit indicators. These are statewide measurements of students after they exit. So our goals for 25-26, second quarter after exit employment should be 41.5% or higher. Employment fourth quarter after exit, same percentage goal. Median earnings at 5,100. Credential attainment rate 31.5%. And our MSG goal for the 25-26 program year is 44%. So based on last year's final MSG, we should not have an issue exceeding that one again this program year. So I did also mention yesterday that starting with the 24-25 program year that we report by October 1st of this year, we are being evaluated under Title II for our employment rate, second quarter after exit, and our MSGs. There's not a concern whatsoever about our MSG for 24-25 since we exceeded it greatly. But we are going to have a heavy focus going forward on the 4 other post-exit measures. So some things to note, if you're wondering why are we focusing on them. If a WIOA program scores below 50% on either of the these 2 current metrics, which next year they could add additional ones, I would imagine they will, but focusing just on what we have to look at this year that we're getting ready to report, we have to be within 50% of our negotiated target for our employment rate, which was 41% for 24-25. And we have to be within 50% of the MSG, which was 43.6, but we know we've exceeded that one. If we do not meet those goals, we will receive technical assistance and create a performance improvement plan. And then if in the following program year, we're not within 50% of that goal, the state does face financial penalties in the form of sanctions, and that would be bad. Next slide. So, because we do assume that more of the post-exit measures will be added in future years, it is crucial that all providers collect and record SSNs for every participant possible. We do currently employ a data matching strategy where we take our SSN files and give them to NC Commerce to check against the unemployment insurance wage earning report to calculate the post-exit measures. We know that doing that is not going to sustain us going forward because last year only 57% of our participants had an SSN on file. So without these numbers, you know, students are in our denominator, but we're unable to data match them to really capture the full employment outcomes and median earnings of our students. So we will be implementing surveys for second and fourth quarter after exit. We do plan to do a training on this probably around January of 26. So just be on the lookout for that. And I think that's all of my information. Yes, it is. Thanks.
All right. I just wanted to remind everybody that Adult Education and Family Literacy Week is coming up September 14th through 20th. There is a big national push towards increasing just awareness of the success stories of adult education, the value that we bring to our communities, and the importance of the work that we do. And while we at the state office are not in a position to be able to engage in advocacy, we can help amplify student success stories, and we would like to do that through the North Carolina Community College social media. And Dan sent something out a while ago, and he's going to put a link in the chat here to that email. But you can send student success stories to our blog, and then we will pull from the more recent blog posts and send those to the social media team at North Carolina Community Colleges to help increase awareness of the work that you are doing at the local level. And of course, we would cross, I guess, tag or, however the appropriate word is there, your organization, so that your organization gets increased awareness of the great work that you are doing in the field. And if you wanted to do something fun at your local level, whether that's a pizza party with your students or inviting, local community leaders to come and tour and see the great work that you're doing, we would love to hear about that as well and showcase that. All right, this next section, there's something called ability to benefit and federal access to federal financial aid. So it is an avenue for adult ed students to access federal financial aid. And Dr. Ivana Hansen did some work with this with some of the colleges in 2023. And I sent out an email to quite a few of the community college listservs on Monday, inviting participation in an ability to benefit work group. So I just wanted to draw awareness to that email and explain I am looking for schools that are already helping their adult education students enroll in curriculum classes while they are concurrently finishing their English language acquisition, HSE or AHS studies. And it would be great if I could get 2 or 3 people from those schools that represent different departments. For example, financial aid, advising, basic skills, or registrar's office, financial aid, CCR, or some sort of combo like that. So please reference my email from the 25th. And that email has a link to a form for you to fill out expressing your interest in the ability to benefit work group by September 8th. We are going to have 6 meetings starting September 30th, ending in February, and then we will roll out some training to the state in the spring. So again, this is an opportunity to help your students access federal financial aid before they graduate. So if you are interested in that work, please reach out.
And I put that link in the chat too.
Thanks, Dan.
All right. Good afternoon. Glad to be able to talk with everyone. Just if anybody doesn't know me yet, my name is Jennifer Bean, and I am here today in my capacity as the director of the High School Equivalency Office to give an update on our data migration request, or DMR. So for those of you who might be newer, might not be familiar with this, Rebecca, if you don't mind going to the next slide, please. For those of you who might not be familiar with this is a project that we are engaging with Diploma Center on to ensure that all of our pre-2002 GED records are archived and digitized with Diploma Center. Diploma Center is our official archive service and document service for high school equivalency records. And it's important that we have as many records with them as possible, specifically from before 2002, since 2002 is when GED testing service started to digitize records. So we need any of those pre-digital records that you might have at your site to go to Diploma Center so that they can have them in our official North Carolina High School Equivalency Archive. Both physical records and those records can be digitized. So we had a webinar a couple months ago with Diploma Center to talk about this, just kind of talking about where we are in this process, what to expect from here. And we are at a point now where we are meeting with them tomorrow to discuss pickup routes. So to finalize where the records will be picked up from and which colleges will be assigned to each of those pickup sites. So that meeting is scheduled to take place tomorrow morning with Diploma Center. We'll also from there be able to talk about next steps for our colleges that have records to be picked up. So At this point in time, I'm hoping that very, very soon I will be able to talk with everybody about their next steps, what to do with those records, what to listen out for from Diploma Center, and where to take those records for drop off. So again, with that meeting scheduled for tomorrow, please listen out very soon for more updates, and I look forward to talking with y'all about next steps for this. Thank you very, very much. And it looks like the PD team is going up next.
It looks like it's me already. So happy afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you. The first thing we're going to talk about today is NCCC, which is coming up very soon. I just put a link in the chat. If you haven't registered for the conference and you would like to, we would encourage you to register. We have 81 people from CCR registered to attend the pre-conference, which we think is amazing. We would like even more if more of you would like to come. And we realized today, Arbany and I and Matthew, that maybe we haven't mentioned to the CBOs that they're also welcome to attend the pre-conference for free. And so I put that little picture on there, and I put a link in the chat to the NCCC website where you can register. There's a special spot, that one that I put in the on the slide, where the CBOs can register for pre-conference and not have to pay anything. But we're looking forward to seeing the rest of you. It's overwhelmingly going to be CCR sessions. So there is a lot for you guys to do during this conference, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Be different to get out to the West for many of us and spend some time in Cherokee. So we look forward to seeing you there. And next up, we have our in-person fall PD days coming up on October 10th at Cape Fear Community College and on October 31st at Davidson Davie. We still need a few proposals for breakout sessions. I think we need 2 still for the central. Which one has most? I don't remember. One of them we need 2 and one of them we need 4. So we still need some. And I'm also putting that link in the chat. And that's probably the last link I'll manage to get in there because I am not as talented as Lee. So next slide, please. And just as a reminder, we have these upcoming webinars, the new director's orientation. You guys have seen several MailChimp advertisements from me. The virtual CCR statewide meeting has also been advertised. We have speakers lined up for the Best of CoAbe sessions 1 and 2, but we have not sent out an announcement or created Zoom links for that yet. Those will be coming out soon. And we will do 5 CoAbe sessions this year. The rest of them will be in the spring. We have right at the moment 2. We have still 2. We have a total of 3 credentials running this fall. ASE Math started on Monday. We're still taking registrations for the Adult Learner Fundamentals Part 1, which will start September 8th, and the ESL Fundamentals Part 1, which will start September 22nd. You can click on those links when we will post this recording and the PowerPoint in the PD archives later today, because I'm going out of the office starting tomorrow. So I have to get this done before I leave. So this will be posted today and you'll be able to go to NC Title II and register for any of these. The AA boot camp is not open yet. We open it about 6 weeks before, so it'll be opening soon. But it has been a tremendous success. We get great feedback on Kristen's AI boot camp. And then just a friendly reminder that all of our, just about everything we do is recorded and posted to the PD archives at nctitle2.org. You can see I took this picture yesterday. We already have yesterday's webinar up there. And later today, we will have both of today's webinars. And then a little bit of a sad update. I've mentioned this to our team. We've run into another hitch with WeSpeak. We think we have figured out how to solve it. It's going to cost us about $11,000. I think that I have figured out how to pay for it. So once we actually do pay for it and get it working correctly, we have a wonderful solution for WeSpeak that will make everyone happy. But stay tuned for when that training happens. It hopefully will happen by October. And it seems like we've been doing this for years now because we have. So And that's it for me, I think. This is Rebecca or Mike.
These are PD related, PD adjacent, I guess. Just wanted to share the dates and locations for the upcoming Prison Education Symposia. Um, they have been shared with the Prison Ed and Reentry group as well, that group that meets every other month. And DAC, Department of Adult Corrections, is handling the registrations for that, and they're going to send out a flyer. And as we have it, we will send it out to the Prison Ed and Reentry distribution list. But I just wanted to say thank you all so much for this very important work that we do in partnership with DAC, and extend appreciation for these colleges for stepping up and offering to host this year. And then a cool opportunity. So I led the new directors, or a portion of the new directors orientation session 1 recently, and we took a poll to see kind of which of the 13 considerations were the most challenging to wrap your arms around. And consideration 10, that has a lot to do with partnerships, was one of the ones that was listed as most challenging. And so I really want to encourage you all to consider joining the North Carolina Employment and Training Association. Our membership dues for Title II practitioners, they are waived if you click this form. And this is a separate membership joining form than the one that's on their website. Or you can take your phone right now and scan the QR code. As long as you sign up before October 17th, it's a quick Google form. Your membership fees are waived. But this is a good forum to begin strengthening your connections with NC Works, your Title I practitioners, apprenticeship folks in your area, workforce boards, Health and Human Services, and many more. And they do a great spring conference down in Wilmington, and you would get, information and be able to register at a member rate and everything if you sign up now to become a member. So please do take advantage of this good opportunity for us to work a little bit more closely with our partners. And then on the theme of partners, just wanted to let everyone know that the NC Works Partnership Conference is coming up in Greensboro in October. And there's a little bit of information about it here, but also a good opportunity to work with your partners in this space.
And good afternoon, everyone. This is a reminder to submit your updated federal assurances form that's been signed by your organization by this Friday. A few weeks ago, we sent out what that update was. There was a portion that was added to acknowledge the recent Federal Register notice on the eligibility verification. If you have any questions on that component, or if you need access to the course, feel free to reach out to myself or Brandy Brown. And please have that submitted by this Friday. And then the next slide, just wanted to provide you all with some monitoring updates. Yesterday, monitoring memos went out to all organizations that received Title II funds. Your organization received one of 2 letters. Either you received a continuous fiscal and programmatic desktop monitoring letter stating that you would not receive comprehensive monitoring, but that you would still need to submit data such as NRS data, time and effort reports, and budget expenditures. This is required of all programs that receive Title II funds. Some of you all did receive a comprehensive monitoring memo that stated you will either receive an on-site or virtual comprehensive monitoring visit for the program year 25-26. And that may be a full or a targeted visit. More details are in those individualized letters that were sent to you, your program supervisor, as well as your organization's president or CEO. I'll turn it back over to you, Rebecca.
All right. I'm doing a quick try to scan the chat, but we'll open it up for questions. And Dan, if you would help me.
Sure, there weren't any, there were some questions Jessica answered in the chat already, but otherwise.
Okay.
Anybody else have a question? Eddie says, what would happen if a provider is unable to submit the assurances by September 29th? The sky falls, Eddie.
Eddie, could you reach out to me via email? Or we can have a phone call offline about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I realized I was muted. I will send you an email, but this is basically because our board does not meet until after that date.
We've heard a few colleges in the same circumstance, but we're just approaching them on a case-by-case basis. That's why
Okay.
I'll look for the email from you, though. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
I think that might be it, Rebecca. And hopefully next time we meet, Michael and Rebecca will be feeling better.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing we have is we're going to see hopefully most of you in Cherokee next month. Of course, if anything comes up in the meantime, you know how to reach us. We love talking to you. It's our favorite thing to do. And have a good day.
Have a good Labor Day weekend.